It's time for another Dice Tower review with Z. Garcia.
Hey everybody, today I'm taking a look at Mission Impractical. Mission Impractical here is a party-style game in which you are going to be going on some wild adventure. You are trying to do something. It can be something perfectly mundane, like I need to move a couch. And you are going to show the rest of the players how you intend to do it. I'm going to stop explaining it. In fact, I'm just going to show you how the game works. This is a party game. It's very easy to figure out. Then we'll come on back. I'll tell you what I thought of it. I'll tell you if I think it makes for a good amount of laughter, if it makes for a good, party-style game. Here we go. So here's the setup. You have the 4 missions that are possibilities for the current player. You have the 4x4 grid here showing what the possible items are that you can take with you on your mission. And then everybody gets a set of 4 cards, numbered 1 through 4. Everybody gets also 1 victory point to start the game, and you are ready to begin. The objective, of course, is to get the most victory points, really probably to have a good laugh, but victory points are also good. And you are going to have each player be the leader, the one going on the mission once, possibly twice with fewer players, okay? So you're going to shuffle up whoever the leading player is for now. Someone else is going to pick a card. They'll look at it, and this number here is the mission that they are going to go on. And then that player begins from this column selecting items with this token down here that they're going to take on their mission. Once this is completely done, everybody else is going to figure out, guess which of these missions they think the player is going on, and select that card, place it in front of themselves. They will be revealed. This player will reveal what mission they were on, and then points are given out if people were right. This player will also get some points depending on how many people got it right. And then it's the next player's go. And you would replenish the cards that were used here, the ones that were used over here. There's a stack of missions, different missions right here, and then a massive stack of cards that replace these out here. All right, so let's say, okay, so I was given this one here. All right, so I'm going to say I'm taking a diamond, and I'm going to take a compass, and I'm going to take an umbrella. Now, at any point while this is happening, before I get to the very last column here, anybody can choose to say stop and grab this token here. And they are going to vote now before they see all the information and put this token on top of that. Only one player can do this. So once that player does that, they are basically doubling down. They're saying, oh, I got this already. I'm going to make an extra point if I'm right, at the risk of losing a point if I'm wrong. And again, only one player can do that. Everybody else will just wait till I'm done here. And so my last choice here is vacuum cleaner, grappling hook, motorcycle helmet, or a passport. And I'm going to go with a vacuum cleaner. Now everyone picks. And so let's say that this player is going to pick this one. And this player is going to pick, that one. And then each player is going to tell me what they picked and tell me a little story, or tell everyone a little story about how they think I'm going to accomplish. By the way, this player picked 2, which is rob a bank. They're going to tell a story about how to accomplish all this. They'll tell their story. Next player will reveal their pick, and they'll tell their story. Finally, the other players will reveal their pick and tell their story, which, would be different if it's a different mission. And then finally it comes back to me, and I say how this is actually being accomplished. It was, in fact, 2, robbing a bank. I'm going to have a diamond in there, so I'm going to sneak in there with an umbrella covering my face so that the cameras don't see me. And I'm taking a compass with me because I know they build banks to be, a little topsy-turvy to get me turned around in there, but I'm going to take a compass with me so I cannot be fooled. The diamond to cut through the glass, of course, make a hole, and then stick the vacuum in that hole, turn that bad boy on, and suck up all the money, get out of there, of course, under my umbrella. And so once I've told that story, then we're going to figure out who gets victory points. This player was in fact right, so they're going to get 2 points, not just 1. That player was also right, so they also get a point. And I get points for everyone who was correct, so I would get 2. That's it. And now, these would be removed, the things I picked. All right, and then we're going to replenish those. Just put the tokens at the bottom. You replenish just those. Bicycle pump, beer, barbell, and a banana. Oh, that's going to be useful for many things. I'm going to go get rid of rob a bank now. And now we replenish that with overcome a hangover. Yeah. Banana. Eat more bananas. And that's it. And now it's the next player's go. They shuffle up these cards. We'll pick one. That's the mission they're going on. And they go on that mission. We tell some silly stories and hopefully have some fun. That's how the game works. And that should give you an idea of Mission Impractical. This game is certainly very high in the silly factor. There's a lot of silliness going on here. And I think if you got the right crowd for it, you are going to have a ton of laughs out of this one. You have to be in that mood to be silly, to tell stories. And in fact, that's the one thing I was unsure about at first. I like the mechanisms in the game. I like the going on a silly adventure in the game. But I was not particularly sold on the everyone having to tell a story part. And in fact, I think I'm not still quite sold on it. I like the idea of the player whose turn it is telling a story. I'm just not sure I like the idea of everyone else before I reveal what the answer is having to tell me the story. But I think it doesn't matter. I think if your group enjoys the telling the story and then having the next person go, no, this is actually what they are attempting to do with this hammer and this banana or whatever, right? This is actually what happened. If you get the group that gets into that, then I think you're going to enjoy that aspect of it. And if not, you can sort of pull back from that because it's not, it doesn't mess with the game really, right? You can just have the person who's the lead of the round tell their story and everybody else can just laugh at that, you know? There's even rules in here for if you want to reward good storytelling. But again, I don't tend to like that style of game, so I personally wouldn't bother with that. If you want to push the storytelling aspect of the game, go for that. Add those rules right in. Overall, this one is not one I was necessarily thinking I was going to dig. You know, it seems like it's a weird cover. It's a strange looking game. I wasn't sure what I was going to get, but it turned out to be a great party game in that very specific, you know, it's late at night. Everybody's kind of loopy. You want to have some silly fun. Then I think this that's a time for Mission Impractical to hit the table. Definitely would recommend that this one's going to get a seal of approval from me, especially if you've got the right group and you've got the right vibe. Look into it.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.